What's up, guys? Today we are working on the Routacy. We haven't done too much to this thing since we got back from the Glamis trip. We did fix the transfer case because that broke while I gave Hurt a ride in this thing. But other than that, it's just been kind of sitting. And right now we're actually getting it ready to go to a car meet tomorrow at the Freedom Factory, which will be pretty cool. So our goal is to cruise it over without needing a trailer. And if you guys remember when we brought it on race week, it would get a little hot. We were able to make all of race week, 1,600 miles, but we had to keep filling up the windshield wiper reservoir, spraying the radiator with water to keep it cool, and we don't want to keep doing that. So we actually took the Speed Factory radiator out of this thing, and this works perfect, but this is really designed for more of race car applications, and it just got a little too hot with this little radiator. So this is a very nice radiator, so I still want to reuse it. This will probably get handed over to the hatch at some point when we get back to it. But for right now, we are not going to be using the Speed Factory radiator on the minivan. While we were in California, the Vargas brothers actually gave us a bigger radiator. It's not quite a full-size radiator, but it's like a 1.5, and it should help a lot. There's a lot more surface area here, and we had to redo the AN lines here to get this radiator to fit. So that's what I've been working on lately. This one will also take 2 fans. It's going to be a little tight right here to get a second fan because of where the throttle body is, and the throttle cable bracket is in the way. I had the throttle body off and everything, and I was trying to flip it different directions, but no matter which way you flip it, there's always going to be something kind of sticking in the way. So we'll have to see about getting the second fan on there, but for right now we only have 1 fan anyways. We're going to try to just put 1 fan on there, see if that works. But if you take a look at the front here where it's mounted, it's much higher than the Speed Factory one was. The Speed Factory one was down behind the intercooler, so it didn't get much airflow, but this one is right up here in the grill. When you shut the hood, the grill is right there, so you know, we'll get some airflow, because this thing would only get hot while we were cruising down the highway. In stop and go traffic, it was fine, so hopefully while we're cruising down, we'll get some more airflow through there, and hopefully it will not overheat. So that's the plan for that. Just got that done. We have to fill it up with water and bleed it, and then Wyatt has actually been working on the wiring over on this side, so this thing kind of dies a lot because
because Kyle wired it.
Yeah. Our cars always have battery issues, but every time we have to jump start this thing, we have to go right to the starter, and it's kind of annoying to get to it because the battery's in the bumper. So Wyatt added these terminals right here on the inside of the engine bay, so we can just go right to those when we need to jump start or charge the battery. So you can see we have the fender off, and you just routed them right through here. Looks super nice and clean, and that goes right down to our battery. So we'll get the fender back on there, and then we won't have to be feeding the jumper wires in there to get it started. We'll just have these nice little posts right here. So yeah, killed it on those, and I guess we're gonna put some coolant in it real quick. We have to make sure that the tune is all right, because we're also gonna try to run it at a street car takeover this weekend. So that's our plan. Just get the van back up and going, because it's just been sitting since it's been down here in Florida, and we miss this thing. So we're gonna get her all sorted out, go have some fun. And while I've been working on the radiator for the minivan, Wyatt has been over here working on the S14. We are getting her all wired up. He just got the headlights working, but we are doing a separate chassis harness for everything because we want to get the headlights working, turn signals, horn, all that stuff, just in case one day we take it to race week and we would like to drive it around on the street sometimes.
Yeah, we just wanted to have all the creature comforts like a good normal daily driver car. So it's gonna get power windows, like functioning turn signals, so you hit the switch, it'll flash by itself. Horn button, you gotta have a horn for race week, all that stuff too. So just going in on this thing, doing a whole chassis harness, front to rear on it. The factory chassis harness has a ton of weight in it and just pointless connections that we don't need. So figured what the heck, just gonna scrap it.
Yeah, he's going all the way through there. Got a fuse box.
Yeah, so here's all the stuff for
panel,
the engine stuff. So this will run the engine, fans, fuel pump, all that stuff. And then the separate fuse box is gonna run the rest of the chassis. So anything from the power locks, windows, horn, all that stuff will run through the separate fuse box. You know, I enjoy wiring. It's very tedious, but
this is the main reason I need wire right here, because I hate wiring.
Right.
So much. I can do everything but wire a car nicely, just because I do not have the patience for it.
I was gonna say, yeah,
I can get it by, but it's not correct.
Works, yeah. But that's why our batteries go dead all the time.
Yeah.
It functions though.
S14's coming along, and once he's done with the wiring, we're going to try to get this thing on the lift after all that and focus on figuring out the steering and an alternator, and then it's pretty much good to go after that.
Yeah, be ready for a maiden voyage, and we can go see all the other stuff that needs addressed.
Yeah. Go try to do a burnout and see what explodes.
Yep.
Come on, baby. Sat outside in the rain for a day or so. Wow. Alright guys, got the Radici warming up right now. We did have a small leak that we had to fix, but it's all good now. Fan is on and working. We're gonna go ahead and take this thing for a little cruise and make sure it doesn't get too hot. And then maybe do a couple pulls and see where the tune's at. Dude, the air fueling perfect. Was it? Yeah. It was ripping. Oh, our dang screen froze up. We stopped right at 9,500. We hit 9,300. VTEC was stuck on, yo.
All the VTECs, dog.
VTEC dog. Every time, dude, it died at the light. Oh crap. Go, go, go. Guys, I swear we don't stage this. We're trying to get better. But I freaking let it shut off. We're good. The light's still red, we're good. Oh crap. The hatch now this.
You got big lucky.
Dude, perfect time to put those terminals in.
Dude, I would have been so effed without those.
Woo.
Perfect timing.
That was close.
That was very
almost
close.
Started without the jump box. The battery's coming back.
Coming in hot, baby. Down to 181.
Dang, dude.
She's riding.
It was working.
Hell yeah.
Done a couple small pulls. We've just been cruising. It's been right at 180 to 185. And don't have the heater on. It's doing way better with this new radiator for sure.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Our goal is to drive it to the Freedom Factory. We don't want to have to trailer it. So she's cruising good.
Yeah, yeah. And like you were saying earlier, it's nothing against the other radiator. I think it was just so small that it was heat soaking.
Yeah, that's really designed.
It's for a drag car.
Yeah, that's designed for like sport front-wheel drive cars. It's not really street application, even though a lot of people run them on the street. That's why I decided to try it. And it almost worked, but it was just barely not enough.
Yeah, I think it just gets to the point to where it just turns into a big heat sink, and this is a double pass, so it has to flow from one end down and then back, where the other one just flow right through it. So I don't think it had enough time to sit in there and cool the water.
And huge shout out to the Vargas brothers for that radiator.
Yeah.
Made it to the gas station. Didn't overheat.
Yeah.
We're looking good, dude.
Yeah, looking real good.
The tune has one little lean spot in it, but from the couple pulls we made, it seems pretty good. So on the way back, we'll plug the laptop in, try to give that lean spot a little bit of fuel, but I think she'll be ready to go. She'll be definitely good to go for the car meet. And then we'll have to see about Streetcar Takeover. We put her in the 150-mile-an-hour roll class, so it should be pretty fun.
Dude, your minivan's not gonna do 150. But it already has, though.
I know Hoonigan just made a video racing the world's fastest minivan in R8, and all the comments, you guys repping us out there, putting Boosted Boys in the comments. Freaking Scotto hit me up. He's like, bro, you got to comment in here. All these guys are, your name's in the comments like crazy. We got to figure out how to get you down here and race this van. So I have to make that happen. It's just, you know, we're in Florida. there in California.
We've made that drive once before.
It's
a very crappy drive.
Rough drive, guys. So rough. But I guess that minivan went 165 in a standing mile, and that's the record for fastest minivan. I feel like we could hook up a draggy on this thing and what?
My arm was getting tired.
Oh.
Rip.
I thought it was blurred or something.
Nope.
But yeah, I guess the fastest the minivan went was 165 in the standing mile, and that's fast. That's very respectable. But I feel like, you know, open highway and a draggy, I think the Radici could do that.
In Mexico, of course.
In Mexico, obviously.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, that's moving though. That's all in the mail.
Yeah, that is scooting.
But I really think the Radici, like, it's geared to, honestly guys, they could probably go 200 on these tires. Gearing wise, I don't know if the power and chassis is good for that right now, but the Radici can move out pretty good. So it went 153 in the quarter, which is literally what it used to do in the half mile when it was front wheel drive. So 153 in the quarter, this thing realistically would probably go 170 plus, maybe 180 in the half mile. Like, it has the power to do it. So
I think this all sounds like something we need to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about what's your average like count?
What?
How many likes an average video get?
I don't know, 10K?
10K? So 15?
At least 20K.
20K. Next video, we freaking take her down to Mexico, do a top speed run.
I'm not. We'll see what they say in the comments. I don't just want to go rip down the interstate of Mexico.
Of Mexico. Mexico interstate us.
We need, or if there's an open place in Florida somewhere that anyone knows of that has a nice straight flat, or someone has a private airport we could go to.
Yes.
We'll
do it.
We'll top speed run this thing.
That'd be sick.
But we need to go over all the bushings and everything.
Needs a little nut and bolt check.
But we'll see. One day she's gonna go fast. I want to do the half mile again.
That'd be cool.
I want to go again against Leroy.
Yes.
Cletus said he was down.
We need to
But
do
I also
that.
know he isn't a fan of the half mile stuff because they struggle to get traction.
Right.
We're all-wheel drive, so we get that little jump and they have to reel us in.
Right. I think it'd be sick.
And Miles wants to race in the Integra. We got a lot of stuff we can do with the Radici boys. We just got to get her dialed in.
Yep.
So she's coming back.
Today is a good step towards that dialed in.
Yep.
Freaking.
It's her first time back on the Florida roads.
Yeah.
Since the last time it was out here.
We got a lot to do yet, but it's a step in the right direction.
Yep. She'll get there. It's stock, dude.
Is it?
It's stock. It's bone stock.
Man, that thing ain't stock.
It's stock.
Should we show them under the hood or what?
Me like that.
Go pop the hood for him.
I saw that 1340 sticker. I knew that thing wasn't stock, bro. Hey, man. Good shit. That is sweet, bro.
Yeah. It moves out.
Raider down the strip. That's running the quarter.
I've never, we've had it, we need to upgrade the axles. Those brakes axles from a jig, but we full raced it in the corner and it dropped to 153.
Hell yeah. Beautiful ride, man. They did a great build on it, man.
Thank you.
Stay safe, all right?
Hey, appreciate it,
Yeah,
man. You want to take it down the interstate, make sure it stays cold?
Yeah, we should probably go cruising around.
Probably cruise it a little more. She's a ripper, dude.
Chilling at 180 now.
We're good. We're set, man.
Took L's, know how those days go, say so. He say, but nothing ain't no pesos. Deals locked, it's like a case closed. Bankroll, different league, we don't use money phones. Trusting the artist is staying steady for it. Pray up to the Lord, he knows I'm ready for it. All on the earnest, you know I'm heading towards. Eyes on the Rolex, it's like a Chevy Ford. Driving on the road like I'm the only one.
Hell yeah, dude. Man did awesome. Radiator's working. Like I said, once again, thank you Vargas Brothers for that while we were down in California. That definitely made it much, much better. So it would cruise at like 175 on the highway, and then it would only start to heat up when we were sitting still. It's weird because with that radiator, it would cool down idling, but then once we were cruising, it'd start to get really hot. So they're kind of backwards, but this is much better. We can cruise it. We never had to shut the van off. even though it got hotter during idle. So it's still way better than the old radiator setup. And yeah, like I was saying, you can see with how high the radiator is right here. When you shut it, you can literally see it right there through the grill. So getting all that good airflows now. She's good to go for the meet tomorrow. So I'm pumped on that. And yeah, she felt all right. Took her down to, went for a nice little cruise downtown Tampa. Van did good. It's the first time it's been down in that area. So yeah.
Cool, dude.
Cool.
Nice.
That's all I got, dude.